Hello, this is Daisy Yiyou Wang, Deputy Director of the Hong Kong Palace Museum. I am looking after the museum's exhibition, publication, research, collection conservation, and learning programs. We are studying art history, meaning that there's story to tell, right? There is an ancient context you need to understand. There's meaning behind all these projects. So for us, it's also to not just tell a story, but also think about the audience, because we're not just doing technology for technology's sake, but also we're putting together exhibitions. So really, we also have to think about our audience. How do we use technology? How do we combine art and science and technology to create a story that is impactful to our visitors? So that's what we're doing. We are bringing people together through art, through technology, to tell meaningful story to our visitors. And also, I think that artistic license is also quite important. I think it's not just technology. You really have to understand the feeling, and you need to understand the history behind it. You also need to have a very good understanding of the art objects. Otherwise, it's very difficult to combine these elements and to create a compelling experience. There's a big debate today about digital technology versus real actual objects in the museum world. It's a big topic. I'm a firm believer of the dialogue between these two. And number one, I don't think that even in 100 years that actual objects will completely be replaced by technology. But also, I don't believe a museum could survive without digital technology in the next few decades. So I think that most important is for these two parts to work together and help people to see things that you won't be able to see easily if you are in front of real objects, to enhance people's understanding, to enrich it, and be transformative, right? You can take people to a different place in different time with technology, but at the same time, you can be very respectful to the objects. And also, I think that sometimes when people appreciate a little bit more using technology, we always encourage them to go back to learn more about the object in front of this object, if possible. At Hong Kong Palace Museum, we have done 33 digital projects. So just give you a few examples for one of our special exhibitions called Grand Gallop, the art and culture of horse. So this exhibition is looking at about 100 pieces from the Palace Museum, the Forbidden City. And also we are able to borrow from the Louvre Museum in Paris 13 pieces depicting horses in world art and culture. So we mainly have Chinese horses in dialogue with world horses in this gallery. So what we did is we worked with a Hong Kong-based multimedia artist by the name of Jeffrey Shaw. He worked with a team, particularly with his partner, Sarah Candidel. So this team are working very closely with our curatorial team because they are very interesting artworks. They are very artistic. So they are trying to learn, what the theme is, what are artworks involved, and how can we create something that is very artistic, that is very respectful for artworks. So they came up with a fantastic idea. So they animate a line drawing, basically, back to the 18th century, depicting 8 legendary horses in Chinese art and culture. And they capture images of horses in the stable in the suburb of Hong Kong. So you come to basically a projected screen with images of the horses, resting or walking around. They also track your movement. Basically, visitors will activate the whole installation. For example, if you wave at the horse, get close, and the horse comes to you and do all kinds of tricks. It was tremendously popular with our visitors, and because they don't necessarily not only just appreciate the horses in art, they also feel like they are connected with the horses, in Hong Kong today and back to 18th century. Storytelling is also very important. So we want to use technology, we want to use artworks to tell stories that really sort of strike a deep chord in people. So it's really important. We have one exhibition telling the story of one day inside the Forbidden City and what was happening to the emperor, what was happening to his wife, what is happening to his mother. So we have an exhibition called From Dawn to Dusk, one day inside the Forbidden City. This is a giant exhibition space, 1,700 square meters, and people are tired, and it's the end of the day. So at the end of the day, what do? You lay on your couch or lay on your bed, you're resting. So we designed a couch on which that visitors can lie down. And we're inviting them to look up, to look at a giant circular disc-shaped screen. And on this screen, we are featuring images of the emperor's dreamscape, which was also created by the artist Jeffrey Shaw and his team. So in this dreamscape, we think that the artists are interpreters of this ancient story. However, they're strong in being very imaginative, very artistic, at the same time very faithful to historical facts and respectful to artworks. However, the final product is even more fantastic. So you can lay down and rest and look at what's going on in the emperor's brain. Museums' roles are changing. Previously, people think, oh, your primary role is to serve as storage for antiquities, for old stuff, right? Valuable old stuff. But these days, visitors come to the museum for personal relevance, for emotional connection, for interaction. So it's really important that you're not just looking at those things, right? You need to feel like you're contributing to the experience, you're part of the experience. So I think that is what exactly immersive technology can do. I don't think technology and objects or museums are contradictory. I think they are very complementary. And for people who work in the museum, we need to keep an open mind. It's really important, and we need to embrace new technology. And then at the end of the day, we're the producers of experiences, right? So how can we work even better with people immersed in technology? How can we even tell better stories using technology is something we constantly have been thinking about. I would say number one is be curious and open-minded. And the second is be very, very collaborative, because you have to work with a team. To create that kind of museum experience that you can't do it alone. You have to work with people from different disciplines, and that is really crucial.